My ex texted me during the no contact. Should I respond? What are the rules to use this number one powerful technique to get your ex back? Hello guys, and welcome to Love Advice TV. You can listen to us on podcast, Spotify, Apple, or any other platform. And we are also on YouTube. Because I'm with the amazing Coach Adrian. How are you doing, Coach Adrian?
Fantastic. Thank you. Very happy always. It's a good day when we are in the studio together, recording content for the good people all over the world.
Yeah, we love to do longer videos. We try to go deeper. We exchange ideas just to give you the opportunity to apply the tips to your specific situation, because we know that there is no one magical path to get your ex back. It's really to adapt your behavior. What to do when you are doing no contact and your ex is reaching out to you. Maybe you have kids together, maybe you're working together, maybe you just have stuff at their place and you don't really know what to do. Coach Adrian, I want to hear from you because I have a very specific philosophy about this question, but what will be your recommendation when you're doing a no contact and your ex is reaching out to you?
I say it depends. So this is one of those situations where what has happened up until this point will determine the way that you approach this dynamic. Based on what I have seen, it is very important for you to make sure that you have a plan, a roadmap, that you've established a strategy that is consistent with what has happened prior to the breakup in order to make sure that you don't make a mistake and that you really, truly approach this process the right way. And I'm going to give you an example as to why. If you have been very, very, very needy, for an example, and you've made all sorts of mistakes, you know them, because when I have you in coaching sessions, you tell me I've made all the mistakes that you talk about in your video. If you have begged, if you have pleaded, if you have not given your ex enough time and space, and they reach out to you for some administrative reason, for example, just because they want to get your attention and validation and just to get a sense as to if you're still there and available, I usually ask my clients to not answer right away, especially if they're talking about the drama of the breakup again. You have to show a change in your behavior. You have to show that you've evolved, right? And sometimes that implies responding in a very short way. And sometimes it involves, or it implies, I should say, ignoring them altogether. So my advice to this question is usually absolutely tailored to what has happened over the last few days and weeks. What about you?
I think that I have to tend to agree with you, Coach Adrian. I was trying to find something to go against you in this video, but the reality is that we cannot give you the magic formula, right? But I can give you let's say, what I will usually tell the people I coach, right? When we are doing a no contact, we have to separate your behavior to their behavior. Because basically the reason why we do the no contact is to make your ex engage with you, is to make your ex chase you, is to make your ex wants to be with you. So if you have been in no contact and your ex is usually writing to you, I will advise you to respond. That will be my first intention. That doesn't mean that it will be the case for every situation, but we want to respond because we don't want to create an argument. We don't want to push your ex away. We want to make your ex come to you, and the way we respond is usually in a very high energy. If you watch our videos, you know that I talk about this concept of smiling and being positive and talking about new things, just to continue showing your ex that there was a before and after. But as Coach Adrian mentioned, if you are doing a long non-contact, or if your ex is coming to you and very being aggressive, for example, if they tell you, I know that you will never reach out to me, that's confirmed the breakup. Like they are coming to make you react, we don't want to respond to that because that is toxic. So we need to make sure that we read between the line in order for us to give you the right solution. But in my idea, when you do a no contact, it is our actions. It is not your ex. So your ex can come and talk to you because our goal is to make your ex do the first step, is to make your ex come to you and just, in a sense, think about you.
I wanted to look at this question from another angle or perspective.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, the no contact is implemented in order to help you reset your mindset and to make sure that you're ready to start taking the right steps forward. For many clients, you may not be in that position, especially for those that are reaching out to us immediately at the time of the breakup, right after the breakup. They're in a very vulnerable mindset. And my goal as a coach is first and foremost to help them stop digging, because they're still in a process where they're making mistakes after mistakes and making it more challenging to reconnect with their ex. And so some individuals have broken up on a Tuesday. They reach out to me on a Thursday, and they already have watched so many videos. They're already well aware of our philosophy. I'm super surprised. And they're talking to me about a letter, no contact, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you've had the discipline to implement no contact right away after the breakup, I commend you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you broke up on a Tuesday, you started your no contact on a Wednesday, we have our coaching session on a Thursday, and we agree that the no contact is the way to go. And on a Friday, your ex reaches out to you. If you're still very vulnerable, emotional, desperate, it may not be timely and appropriate for you to respond. That's why it's so situational. Mm-hmm. If you need to have a sense of self-awareness in order to maximize this process. And when you're really struggling after a breakup, it's difficult to have a sense of self-awareness when you're so emotional and hurt, etc. And so sometimes, many times, I've advised clients to really take a step back, gauge their mindset and their readiness to engage with their ex before choosing to reply. We can craft the perfect message. Eventually, you're going to have to engage with your ex. And if you're not ready, if you're not in the right mindset, I guarantee you're going to make mistakes that will lead to setbacks. So think about the notion of self-awareness. Think about the timing and realize that it does not end after one text message. Communication may continue, and will you be ready to go where your ex takes that conversation? So think about these things.
And I love what you mentioned, Coach Adrian, because this will help you guys making the right choice at the right time. And if you need help, because the people I coach usually, when I advise them the way you advise, they tend to be scared. So I want to make them be able to create the sentence before, like the excuse. Usually it will be like, hey, you know what? I know I've done the no contact. I know you wrote to me, but I really needed time because I wanted to see a psychologist first. I wanted to go to the gym first.
Beautiful.
If you want to prepare the excuse first, so you have the reason, because your ex can come back to you like 1 week after, hey, you didn't reach out to me. This is not you. I don't like it. Just to say, yeah, honestly, I didn't reach out to you because I didn't want to be in this negative spiral. And I wanted to make sure that I do the actions before reaching out to you. When you prepare the response, if they are aggressive, that makes you more secure.
Right.
So you can really do it right now. And then, as Coach Adrian mentioned, you need self-awareness. And if it's too difficult for you, please, guys, book a coaching session. Book a coaching session, because we will be there for you to tell you, okay, in your case, do this and do that, and that's it. So you can come on withmyexagain.com/coaching. You can book a private coaching session. Even 30 minutes, it's enough in your case. Just to make sure that if you want to feel secure, if you don't respond, prepare your excuse, prepare the next communication. You will feel more secure, so you can continue using the no contact. Why do you think that no contact is important? Because we didn't talk about it, but why is it so important?
I touched on it briefly when I talked about using that time to reset, to establish a plan, to make sure that you're ready to engage with your significant other. We can also look at it from the point of view of the dumper or your ex, how it helps them to, you can shine by your absence, like we often talk about in our videos. But I wanted to, and we can expand on that, but I also wanted to verbalize something that most people tend to not understand when it comes to communication. It is possible to send a message that helps you pull away. Coach Alex just gave you an example of that. It is possible to send a message that helps you regain control, even though you're the one taking a step towards your ex. And a lot of times when your people have a very basic understanding of the no contact philosophy, approach, or strategy, and they think that it's just about not reaching out, when it's way more complex than that. And we've been doing this for years, and we continue to develop our understanding of the no contact approach and philosophy every day through every coaching session. It is way more complex and deep than perhaps some people make it out to be. And so it is possible for you, if your ex does reach out during the no contact, for you to use that opportunity to surprise them and to regain control. And the message example that Coach Alex gave you is a perfect example of that. So, but to answer your question and to go back into this notion of no contact, if you haven't done so, I highly encourage you to check out our free gift that will go into detail as to what the no contact philosophy is all about and how you can implement it in a way that is appropriate for you. So that's available for you right now, one click away in the description of this video if you're watching us on YouTube. And that will help answer a lot of those questions. And we also have done quite a few videos, quite a few podcast episodes on the no contact, but you can never stop learning. You can never stop learning how to apply the no contact to your situation. And that's something that I hope that will stay with you after this episode.
Yeah, and especially because if your ex reaches out to you during the no contact, that's a success. Right. That means that there is possibility here. Even if your ex is like using an excuse or whatever, it's a success, guys. So
it's a success if you're not triggered.
Yeah, of course. If you're not triggered and everything, but we could make it as a big success. I should say it like this. Because if you can today apply these tips and tell yourself, okay, so what I'm doing is working. And if I continue doing the best job ever for myself and for others, which is your ex, you will be able to get the results you're expecting. So for me, it's a good sign that we need to make it even better. And the only way to do that is to allow yourself to understand that the no contact is a philosophy. It's not a one thing to do. It's just a philosophy, an idea that we need to adapt based on your specific situation, based on your ex personality, based on your personality. And when you can just go do the right mix, it becomes this amazing, powerful technique that everyone is talking about. So grab your free gift in the description. Make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe to this channel because we are doing a lot of videos, and especially on this topic of no contact, because when you do a right no contact, you increase your chance of success. Coach Adrian, before we wrap up this video, what is your advice for the people that want to respond? You know, they receive the text, but they want to respond. How can they just control their emotions? What can they do to put their phone a little bit away?
So I'm smiling because as we're doing this video, I have my inbox open and I just received this testimonial update from Diana, who she was in this exact situation that we're talking about. And it was her level of emotional discipline and her ability to find purpose outside of the validation of getting her ex back that really carried her through very challenging, troubling times. And she experienced the loss of a family member as well. And she held strong until she was ready to engage again. And she used it as an opportunity to reinvent herself professionally. She used it as an opportunity to reconnect with her children. And she used it as an opportunity to really put elements in her life that will enable her to validate herself in a positive way. And she just wrote me to tell me it's almost too good to be true. So, this is the experience of one client, but it can also be your experience if you take it one day at a time. And stop comparing and contrasting. I'm not sharing this I'm sharing this to give you hope, right? And to let you know that it is possible, because many times in private coaching sessions, clients tell me that, we're their last resort, or they don't see a path forward. And that's why private coaching is also so powerful, because by the end of the session, you have hope that's grounded in a constructive plan.
So stay positive, guys. Stay strong. You're doing the right job. You're training on yourself. You're growing. But make sure that you share your situation in the comments, right? That's where we can tell you or do videos about your specific actions and how to manage the no contact, especially when your ex is writing to you. You can respond, but we should not respond the way you want because sometimes you're emotional. So be careful on that. Make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, grab your free gift in the description because we have more videos on no contact. You just have to enter your emails and you will have private research that we have conducted with the team. So we'll be able to see you soon, guys, for new videos. Thank you, Coach Adrian.
Thank you, Coach Alex.
Let's do this together. And as always,
keep fighting the good fight.
Yes, keep fighting the good fight. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care.
Take care.